Hello everyone, I am Aditi from Revisedu Learning. It's the learning platform for online as well as offline classes. Here you can see these videos, can search content online and can have fun while learning. In today's session, we are going to discuss about some more terminology that we use in accounting and accountancy. In our last video, we have discussed about entity, transactions and assets. Now in this video, we are discussing about liabilities and some more concepts. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this word liability? This word is maybe is new to you, but obligation word and is some what we have already heard. So, what is the meaning of obligation? What is the meaning of liability? Obligation or liability means you can say some kind of responsibility to pay someone back. Okay, so liability means you can say obligation or responsibility to pay back. Let's take a simple example. I have gone to a bank and I have taken loan from bank. Now, when I have taken loan from bank, do I need to repay it? Do I need to pay it back to the bank, or can I keep it for myself without paying it? No, I need to repay it. When I this is the meaning of liability. When I enter into a transaction and where I have the responsibility to pay it back, then it is known as liability. Okay, let's say in our last video we have discussed, let's say I have purchased something from Ram. I have purchased raw material from Ram that was for rupees 1000. I have not paid the amount right now. I promised him that I will pay you next month. So what I am doing next month, it will be my responsibility to pay back or pay it. Also that would also become a liability. Till that time I am not paying it, it is a liability. Once I pay it, then my liability is fulfilled, then it will be ended and it will not be shown in books of accounts. So what is the meaning of liability? Liabilities are obligations or debts that an enterprise has to pay at some time in future. See, it is written some time in future. It is not necessarily to be paid within a month, within a day, within a year, maybe in future. So sometimes in future means the time period is not fixed. We cannot say liability is something which you need to pay the next day or the next month. No, time period is not fixed. They represent creditors' claim on firm's asset. Yes, what will happen if I do not pay this liability? What will happen if I have taken a loan of 10 lakh from bank and I am not repaying? That bank would come and it would freeze my business asset. Now I have told my business asset. Business assets are those economic you can say, or that things that helps me to gain some kind of economic benefits. So if I am not paying that loan, they would freeze my asset. They would sell my asset and can recover their amount. So that means they are creditors claim and and own the firm's asset. Big or small businesses find it necessary to borrow money. Yes, it is somewhat necessary for any business to borrow money or maybe to take something on credit. It can be a small amount, it can be a big amount. That will be totally depend upon the business firm. Okay. So now in the same way, now liabilities, we have read assets as of 3 types. In the same way, liabilities are of 2 types. There is current liability and the second is non-current liability. The meaning remains the same. Current liabilities are those liabilities which are to be paid within a year. We have to pay it within a year. Let's say if I have taken loan from bank and I have to pay it within a year, so that would become a current liability. Non-current liability are those liability which I have to pay it after 1 year. Matlab I can pay it after 1 year. So that are known as non-current liabilities, or we can say it as long-term liabilities as well. Non-current liabilities are long-term liabilities and current liabilities are my short-term liabilities. Okay, so again bifurcation of short-term and long-term would be like long-term loan, short-term loan. Okay, so that depends for how much period you have taken that loan or liability, of course. So in the same way we can bifurcate it as current liability and non-current liability. Okay, so this is all about liabilities. Now we are discussing the terms between current and non-current. What is the difference between current and non-current? Currently you see current assets and current liability. In non-current also we have two bifurcation, non-current asset and non-current liability. Now we are reading the general meaning of current and non-current. Very specific, if I say current is something which is short term, right? Current liability and current asset, as I told you, short term. And when I say the word short term, I say 1 year. In the same way, non-current was something that is long term, and when I say long term, that means more than a year. Okay. After that, other than that, this is one of the criteria. Okay. Other than that, there is an important thing we need to understand here is operating cycle. What is the meaning of operating cycle? When a company they start making product and till the time it is being sold. Okay, from making of the product, from production to sale, the time period in which is known as operating cycle. Operating cycle means when I have purchased raw material, I have converted it into form of finished goods. Okay, then I sell it, and after sale I will get some kind of money, cash. Okay, so that is basically operating cycle. Whole cycle from starting point to end point. Now, for every business operating cycle is different. For some, maybe it is 3 months. Oh, for some it may be 9 months. For some it may be 2 years, like construction industry. When they start and when it is finally formed, that takes that takes years. And let's talk about maybe production of clothes. So that would not take years; it would take few months. Okay? So the word operating cycle is how much time it is being taking for the conversion of cash when you have produced goods and how much time it has been taken. So we will see if current asset and current liabilities are within the operating cycle. If my operating cycle is 2 years and I have to pay loan, okay, and I have to pay loan for in 1.5 years, so that would also become current liabilities, because in that case I would see operating cycle. I will not see a 1 year. Okay. After that, this is the same I have said within 12 months. Okay, if you are not seeing operating cycle for 12 months. After that, they are primarily for trading purpose. Trading के लिए होते हैं and they are easily converted into cash. Current items can be easily converted into cash. Non-currents are difficult to convert in cash. Let's say machine. Machine is a non-current asset. We cannot convert it into cash sooner. But stove is a current asset. We can convert into cash easier than machine. Okay, so this is the difference between current and non-current. I hope these concepts are clear to you. In our next session, we would be discussing some more concepts. Thank you and have a nice day.